The horse. The creature that changed the fate of humanity. Prepare yourself, because what you are about to hear may completely change the way you see one of the most important, influential, and extraordinary animals in the entire history of planet Earth. An animal that has run beside us for thousands of years, that appears in cave paintings, ancient mythologies, bloody battles, revolutions, empires, and also in moments of silence, connection, and freedom. The horse. Much more than strength, much more than speed, much more than beauty. The horse is, quite literally, one of the creatures that shaped the modern world. Before the horse, the world was slow to understand the importance of the horse. We need to go back in time. Long before cities, before roads, before empires, humanity moved slowly, very slowly. Distances were immense. Journeys took weeks, months, sometimes years. Trade was limited. Cultures lived in isolation. Wars happened on a small scale. But then, something changed. When humans and horses crossed paths, the world accelerated. For the first time, a large, resilient, intelligent, and fast animal allowed humans to go farther, faster, and with more power than any human had ever achieved before. The origin of the horse, a story of survival. The horse was not born big, strong, and majestic. Quite the opposite. The ancestors of horses emerged around 55 million years ago in dense forests of North America. They were small, about the size of a dog, with several toes on their feet, adapted to running among trees, not across open fields. But the planet changed. Forests gave way to vast grasslands, and on those plains, survival favored those who ran faster. Evolution did its work. Horses grew larger, more muscular. Their toes fused into a single hoof. Their lungs expanded. Their hearts grew stronger. Everything in a horse's body is optimized for movement. Biologically, the horse is a running machine. A body built for speed. Watch a horse run. Nothing is excessive. Nothing is wasted. Long legs function like springs. Muscles store elastic energy. The hoof absorbs impact and returns force. A horse's heart can weigh more than 4 kilograms and pump enormous amounts of blood every minute. Its lungs work in perfect sync with the gallop. With every stride, a breath. This allows some horses to reach speeds over 70 kilometers per hour and maintain long distances without collapsing. But it's not just physical strength, it's endurance, efficiency, bodily intelligence. The horse and the mind, an extremely sensitive animal. Despite its size and power, the horse is a sensitive animal, very sensitive. As a natural prey species, it developed acute environmental awareness. Its lateral eyes provide nearly 360 degrees of vision. Its ears move independently, capturing even the faintest sounds. Its body reacts before danger is fully perceived. But the most impressive aspect lies in its social behavior. Horses live in herds. They communicate through posture, breathing, subtle movements. A horse understands human emotions. It senses fear, tension, calm, confidence. That's why riding a horse is not just about controlling an animal, it's about establishing silent communication. When that happens, human and horse become one. The domestication that changed history. The domestication of the horse occurred around 5,500 years ago on the Eurasian steppes. At first, horses were not ridden. They were a source of meat and milk. But someone had a revolutionary idea. What if, instead of just following the horse, humans could climb onto it? From that moment on, nothing was the same. War changed, trade changed, agriculture changed, communication changed. The horse allowed civilizations to expand, messages to cross continents, empires to rise, and others to fall. The horse in war, power, fear, and dominion. For thousands of years, those who mastered the horse ruled the world. Egyptian chariots, Mongol horsemen, Roman cavalry, medieval knights. The psychological impact of a cavalry charge was devastating. Imagine standing on foot, holding a spear, watching dozens, sometimes hundreds, of massive animals charging toward you with armor, weapons, and war cries. Many armies broke before the first impact. The horse was not just a means of transportation, it was a weapon. The Mongols and the perfect horse. If there was a people who understood the horse like no other, it was the Mongols. They lived practically on horseback. They slept mounted, ate mounted, fought mounted. Each warrior had several horses switching during battle. This allowed speeds, endurance, and mobility that no other army possessed. The result? The largest continuous territorial empire in history. All thanks to the horse. The horse and the construction of the modern world. Outside of war, the horse was essential to everyday life. It plowed fields, pulled carts, transported goods, connected villages and cities. Without the horse, the early stages of the Industrial Revolution would have been impossible. It was the engine of the world before the engine existed. The arrival of the horse in the Americas. Curiously, the horse originated in North America, but went extinct there. Thousands of years later, it returned. Brought by Europeans. To indigenous peoples, the horse seemed supernatural, a creature that completely transformed their way of life. Tribes that once traveled on foot began to hunt, migrate, and fight on horseback. The horse redefined entire cultures in just a few generations. Breeds, the diversity of a legend. Today, there are hundreds of horse breeds, each shaped by climate, function, and culture. War horses, race horses, draft horses, farm workers, sport horses, therapy horses. From massive draft horses to the agile Arabian horse, known for endurance and elegance, each breed tells a story. Each horse carries centuries of selection. The horse and the human, a unique connection. Few animals have formed a bond as deep as that between horses and humans. The horse trusts, follows, learns, and when mistreated, it remembers. But when respected, it gives itself completely. That's why horses are used in therapy. They help children, adults, and the elderly deal with trauma, fear, and limitations. The horse responds to human emotion in a way few creatures can. Decline and resistance. With the arrival of engines, the horse lost space. Tractors, cars, trains. But it never disappeared. Because the horse is not just functional, it is symbolic. It represents freedom, strength, movement, spirit. And as long as there are humans, there will be horses. The horse today, between sport and soul. Today, horses still run, jump, work, compete, but they also live in silence, in open fields, as they have for millions of years. They remind us of who we were and who we still are. Beings chasing horizons. The true legacy of the horse. The horse did not build cities, did not write books, did not create laws, but without it, perhaps none of that would exist. It carried kings and peasants, wars and messages of peace, dreams and burdens. The horse is not just part of history, it is history in motion. Finally, the next time you see a horse, don't see just an animal. See a creature that has run beside humanity for thousands of years, that felt our wars, our victories, our falls, and that, even today, remains there. Silent, strong, free. Did you enjoy learning more about this incredible animal? Turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for the next curious videos. Every day, a new curiosity about a different animal.